Hey y'all. We were going through the surveys that some of your parents had turned in for the middle school, and I saw that some of you would like to have video lessons, so we're going to try this. So, welcome to middle school uh, choir. Sorry, I forgot the class for a second. Week 3. So, your assignments for this week are monitoring and making a health journal, practice your new songs or song right now with recordings, your Theory Thursday, which is Intro to the Circle of Fifths. It's a new concept, so hold on, and create a schedule. The first two that we want to address are the create a schedule and the health monitoring. So, for those of you that are also in band, you know that your job is to clean your instrument. Vocalists, our instruments are our bodies. So, in order to kind of clean our instrument, we have to take into account what we're putting into it and what we're taking out of it. And are these things good or bad? I know personally, I'm looking at the energy drink behind the camera right now, and I know that's going to torch my throat if I try to sing immediately after drinking it, because sugar is a corrosive. So, to combat, the camera's actually on top of my giant water bottle. So, for health monitoring, the biggest things that we want to identify are your water intake. We want about 3 cups a day. Ultimately, the goal is 8. And I don't mean like glasses. I mean like measuring cups. So please don't waterlog yourselves. Your goal is to get 3 a day. If 3 to 8 is the ultimate goal. But the biggest thing is you want to improve. So say today I only get through 3 cups of water, which for me is this water bottle that this camera is standing on. Just one. And the next day, I would try to get that entire water bottle and a little more. And then the next day, go a little farther than that. And just kind of keep track, how is this changing the way that my throat feels? How is this changing my energy levels? How is this changing, etc.? Besides drinking water, I know that food is limited, so, do what you gotta do. And you guys are kind of young still, so it's not like you're always making your own food. And if you are, kudos, that's a skill I didn't learn until college. We want to monitor your sleep. So, you guys are growing. You actually need probably about anywhere between 8 to 10 hours to accommodate growth spurts. No offense, Tyler, you're a guy, so you are going to have to actually sleep more right now than the girls, because the girls are kind of at the end of their growth spurt, especially the 8th graders. But girls, you still need to sleep. Maybe notice if, say, last night, I only got 6 hours of sleep. And I can notice that my eyes are puffier and my contacts are drier already, and it's only been 2 hours with them in. Small things. I mean, it doesn't need to be huge. And the last thing is exercise. Now, I know we're all kind of trapped indoors. We do have a guideline that says you should go outside for 20 to 30 minutes a day. I am counting anything that you are doing for this class as practice. So if that means that you're doing 20 minutes of exercise outside, practice, done. The goal is to get 30 minutes a day. That's the standard health advisement. For your age group, anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour is recommended. But ultimately, we just want to kind of get you off the computer for a couple minutes a day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm usually stuck in this room for hours, and you can kind of tell it's not my classroom, but it's difficult, and I feel sore and awful afterward. So even just going out and walking my dogs for 20 minutes a day is great. The last two things, practice with recordings, it's mostly I just want to see, do they work for you? If they don't, I'll try to find a different way to help teach this. If they work great, we'll just continue on that route. And intro to the circle of fifths. So this is a big one, and I get asked this question a lot. So if you are doing this on paper at home, you need a blank sheet, and you need to draw a circle. Make it pretty big. I hope you can see that. Okay, now we're going to add ticks like it's a clock. So I like to split it into 4, if I can see my paper. And then I just add the ticks in between. And ultimately, there are 12 little marks around this circle. Now, at the top of my circle, I'm going to put a C and the number 0. We'll get back to how to do each of these individually in a second. Now, if I am going clockwise, or to 1 o'clock on my clock, I'm going to go up a perfect fourth. A perfect fourth, and because I just know this, C to F is a perfect fourth. So I'm going to go C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, and F. This is how many you need to count in order to get to the correct number, or letter in this case. You can use your keyboard chart. I have a keyboard memorized, so I don't have to look at stuff and I can just count on my fingers. But by all means, use your keyboard chart from earlier. So on this 1 o'clock spot, right here, I'm going to put the letter F and continue on. So F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, or B flat. I know it's got to be a B flat because it needs to be 4 letters away from F. So F, G, A, B. So on this 2 o'clock position right here, I'm going to put B flat. Now, this is going to continue until I hit 7 o'clock down here, okay? This is my last flat. To go sharp, I go the opposite way, and I go up a perfect fifth. So, again, counting my fingers, I'm going to go up a perfect fifth from C. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Okay? Make sure that you do not land on the one between. It takes 2 steps extra to get to a perfect fifth. Otherwise, you're going to get a tritone. And those, I mean, we went over them. They sound pretty gross when you play them together. So, in my 11 o'clock position here, I'm going to write the letter G. Now, it asks you to write numbers internally as well. So, to this direction, okay, I'm going to continue to put 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way until I hit 7 over here. And then just do the exact same thing going the other way. This tells me how many sharps and how many flats would be in the key signature for each of these letters on the outside. So I know that if I'm in the key of F, I have 1 flat, because flats go right, sharps go left, okay? If you have any other questions, and it doesn't have to be just on my class. I know I try to preach this a lot, but I've taken up to Calc 2 in math. English, I will admit, is my struggle point, but I'm willing to help you guys out as much as I can. Please, 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 if you are doing more than 20 minutes of work a day on a class, let that teacher know. We're all learning how this process works, and it's confusing. Whatever you're doing for my class counts as practice time, so there should be no issues with reaching your practice goals for the week. For the month, really, I would hope. But keep up the hard work and just keep us in the loop. If you need anything, I'm going nuts in here. And we can totally try to help you out socially, mentally, physically. Keep us in the loop. And let your parents know, like, we're here for them too. If they need help with online schooling or finances or food, the school is a great resource to turn to. Again, you guys have my cell phone number, my email, and Google Classroom gives me updates all day. So hit us up, and good luck for this week.